$100 billion problem. We have already covered it. I'll just skim through it based on the last webinar we did. Digital ad fraud drains over $100 billion annually. That means there are people, systems out there which is draining $100 billion out of the pockets of large enterprises and practically everybody who's running ads. Everybody who's running digital ads, they are losing money every single day. The cost is not just lost clicks, it's corrupted signals as well. Every time a data which is incorrect or it is corrupt, which is incorrect and which is corrupt, which enters your system, also corrupts your system. So you're not just losing money upfront to platforms like AdWords and Meta and and LinkedIn and others. You're also losing your data. You're also corrupting your data internally, which creates more problems as we move on. I'll talk about that in this session. Every bot that visits your site or app misguides your application, and also your internal automations and AI and everything in between. Every fake click teaches your CRM the wrong behavior, right? So it gives the signal within your CRM about the wrong behavior, right? Ad fraud isn't a marketing leak, it's a GTM malfunction. So it is not just a marketing campaign leak and a problem, it is complete GTM system malfunction. And I'm going to talk about more on the GTM system malfunction in this webinar, because we already talked about the campaign leak in our previous webinar. If you have not checked out the previous webinar, my team will put up the link of that particular webinar. It's called the $100 billion problem in the description. So do check that out as well. Okay. So here is what we are going to, the problem in front of us. Invalid clicks, fake visits to your website or app, CRM noise means, in CRM, fake data, bot data, corrupted data gets into the CRM, bad targeting. Okay, now CRM getting updated means, it has bad data, corrupted data. That means from CRM, your sales team and marketing team is doing bad targeting, right? And lost pipeline. So your sales team and marketing team is working on the data which is corrupted. They are wasting their time. Even if they are wasting 15 minutes of their time every single day, imagine the loss that is happening, right? Okay, if there is a fake email address that has entered the system and you're sending email, then it will bounce, right? Which is going to create trouble for your ESP as well, your email service provider. It's going to hit your domain reputation. So many things get affected, not just the money that you're losing upfront by getting fake clicks and bot clicks and and fake visits on the ad side. So each fake signal reinforces a false GTM decision. So you are losing the money on the front end by paying these large channels like Google, Meta, and LinkedIn, for fake clicks and conversion. And also your team is wasting time, your system is wasting time on dealing with these bad data, which creates incorrect signal, right? So the problem is humongous when you look at it from the bird's eye point of view. So I think we have to truly break down the problems into different segments, and then we can address those segments. And today we are going to address what to do once the corrupted data comes into the system, right? That is what we are going to typically address in today's session. All right. Now, what's the true cost of corrupted signals? So when there is corrupted data that comes from ad fraud into your system, it corrupts various layers of infrastructure within your organization. The first data, the first layer that gets affected is the data layer. The CRM or the CIDP is inflated with junk data. And the junk data can be as high as 50% of the total data. I have seen that. So huge amount of junk data that needs to be then dealt with, and it needs to be then, manually or through workflow dealt with, which is going to take time from your team. Then the attribution layer, right? This ROS and CSE metrics gets distorted, right? For example, you get a lot of conversion happening from a certain location, but those are bots, right? Those are just fake clicks. Then it will mess up the entire calculation when it comes to ROS and CAC. So the metrics itself gets distorted, right? It is not the right metrics anymore. The automation layer gets distorted, right? The algorithms are trained more and more on fake conversion. For example, if there are certain fake clicks coming from certain geography, okay, it can be any geography, right? And the fake click keeps coming in, then even the algorithm, the Google algorithm will show your ad more to those particular geography, because to the algorithm, it is sensing that it's getting more conversion, but it's not real conversion, it's fake conversion. So Google ad will start showing your ads more on those geography or more on those keywords, and then you'll keep losing more money, okay, and you'll keep getting more corrupted data. So algorithms are trained, but on fake conversion, which is not good for you, right? That means you are losing more money and you're getting more fake leads. Ad layer. So miscalculated budget, wasted impression, right? If you're running a display ads and there are some human beings or bots sitting in some place just clicking on your ads, on your display ads, and there are large teams, there are thousands of people, if not hundreds or millions of, I think there are hundreds of thousands of people or possibly millions of people in different parts of the world who are very structured, and they are running these scams and fraud in broad daylight right now as we speak. Okay, so there are teams sitting in whose job is to just click your display ads on mobile phones or laptops or system, and the whole day, every day, they do it, every single day. And now, thanks to AI and automation, you can automate that process. And you simply keep running those ads and impressions, which is basically wasted. And you're also wasting your budget on that. Then the sales layer, right? So once all this corrupted data starts coming in, your sales team also wastes a lot of time. They will try to verify the email, they will try to send an email, call the people up with the phone numbers and all, and then they waste time in this process as well. Right? So what you think is a signal might just be a noise. Right? So what's really happens is these ad fraud creates noise within your system.